All right, let's talk about routines. Specifically, let's hack them with a super simple but really powerful system that's designed to make them actually stick. If you've ever felt completely exhausted and just defeated by your own schedule, then you are in exactly the right place.
I mean, why is it so hard? It's a question we all ask ourselves, right? You start the week with this perfect, beautiful plan, and by Wednesday, it's just completely off the rails. You feel like a failure. But what if I told you the problem isn't you at all?
This right here is the absolute heart of the matter. You are not supposed to be remembering your entire timetable in your head. In fact, trying to do that is precisely why you feel so stuck and drained. It's this huge mental weight you were never meant to carry in the first place.
And that leads us to the big secret. See, highly functional, organized people don't have some kind of superhuman memory. Nope, they just have better systems. They figured out how to get their routines out of their head and into the world around them. So let's see how they do it.
Okay, so this brings us to a radical new rule. And I mean radical. It's a fundamental shift in thinking that's going to reframe your entire approach to managing your day and, more importantly, your energy.
And here it is. Simple, but so powerful. Your memory is for thinking, not for holding schedules. Your brain? It's this incredible tool for creativity, for solving problems, not a hard drive for storing repetitive to-do lists. When you use it to hold a schedule, you're just wasting its best resources. For a routine to feel effortless, it has to live outside your brain, period.
And there's a word for this. It's called externalization. It's just the simple practice of moving all that routine information onto tools you can actually see and touch. Now, the goal here is not to get better at memorizing your day. No way. The goal is to create a world of automatic cues and triggers around you that just guide you from one thing to the next without you even having to think about it.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how do we actually do it? Well, we use a 5-layer system that basically acts as a practical blueprint for a truly effortless day.
So here are the 5 layers just at a glance. We've got one master daily flow. We're going to use time blocks, not rigid clock times. We have a simple one-page checklist. We're going to use alarms for transitions only. And finally, we're going to commit to the same routine for 21 days. Don't worry, we're going to break every single one down.
First up, layer 1, one master daily flow. The key word here is one. Simplicity is everything. You're not creating a bunch of complicated timetables. You're creating a single, high-level map for your entire day. That's it.
And this is what it actually looks like. It's so simple, right? It's just the sequence of events. Wake leads to kitchen. Kitchen leads to school. Your brain doesn't have to remember 9 a.m. It just has to remember what comes next. And you got to stick this somewhere you literally cannot miss it. The fridge, your desk, somewhere you'll see it all the time.
All right, now for layer 2. And this one requires a pretty major shift in how you think. We are throwing out rigid clock times and we're embracing flexible, event-based time blocks instead.
Just look at this comparison. The old way forces your brain to remember all these abstract numbers. It's stressful. But the new way, it connects your tasks to natural anchors, things that are already happening, like your meals. Your brain is hardwired to remember events way more easily than numbers. So after lunch becomes this super powerful automatic cue for your rest block.
Next up, layer 3. This is where we offload the mental work of tracking what you've done. We're going to put it all onto a dead simple one-page checklist. You get one page for each day. That's it. As you finish a block, you physically tick the box. And that action is so important. It tells your brain, this is done. You don't have to mentally review what you've done or try to remember what's next. You just glance at the paper and find the next unchecked box. So simple.
Now let's talk about alarms, because I think most of us use them completely wrong. We create this noisy, stressful day for ourselves. Layer 4 is all about clarifying their one true purpose in the system. Signaling transitions. You should not have an alarm for every single task. That is a one-way ticket to burnout. Instead, you just set a few key alarms to mark the major shifts in your day. The alarm doesn't tell you what to do, your checklist does that. It just tells you when it's time to switch from one block to the next.
And finally, we have layer 5. This is the critical piece that makes everything else stick. It's all about absolute consistency for 21 days.
Yup, for 3 weeks, you follow the exact same flow. No changes, no tweaking it because you think you've found a better way. This period is not for optimization, it is for automation. You're giving your body the chance to learn the rhythm so it starts moving into the next action before your conscious mind even has to tell it to. That is the magic of a real routine.
So we've covered the whole system. Now let's make it real. Let's talk about one simple, non-negotiable action you can take in the next 10 minutes that will help you start reclaiming your sense of calm.
And before we do, let me just say this again, because it is so important. You are not failing. You are just trying to carry something that is way too heavy. People who seem to remember everything, they're not better than you. They're just better at putting that weight down. It's time for you to put it down too.
Here it is, your entire action plan for tonight. It's 3 steps. Grab one piece of paper. Write daily flow at the top. List out your 7 or 8 major blocks for the day. That's it. Then go stick it somewhere you absolutely cannot miss it when you wake up. And this is what it should look like. See? It's not a detailed, scary schedule. It's not intimidating. It's just a simple map. A guide. This one tiny action is the first step to running your day without having to remember it. So, as we wrap up, I'm going to leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, what is the very first thing, that one schedule, that one task, that one routine that you are going to take out of your brain and put onto a piece of paper tonight?